Come on. Come on. If that don't get you hyped, I don't know what else will. Peace and blessings. And thank you for spending your Tuesday night with us, man. Welcome to New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. I am your guy, Eli Rax, a.k.a. Vibes, and I'm with my brothers here, my compadres. You guys know who this is, man. I'm with Mr. Glass Half Full. That's Spee, if you nasty now.
Let's go.
You nasty. You nasty. And I'm here with my brother, El Shefe, a.k.a. White Jersey, a.k.a. Blue Jersey, a.k.a. Damn it, Daniel, a.k.a. El Jefe, because I said he was El Shefe. He's everybody, man. He's fucking like Mystique. He's everybody, man. Acoustic douche is in the house, too, by the way. Acoustic douche. And you got El Jefe in these videos. I can't wait to see these videos. I really can't wait to see this week's, man. I'm already.
He's like the new age Eddie Murphy. Like he in Nutty Professor. He does them all. He does them all.
No, for real, man. So I can't wait, man. And guys, please make sure you subscribe, share, hit that thumbs up. Please, the more you hit that thumbs up, the more we can do great interviews with Peter Schrager, with Tiki Barber. Someone else. You get what I'm saying?
I was just going to say, shout out to Eli Rax, being all humble and shit. He just sat down on the Peter Schrager podcast, The Season, which just got dropped like within the last hour on Spotify and iTunes after this live stream, of course. Go check that shit out. Eli is on towards the end. Subscribe to it because it's really good anyway. But Eli, talk about that experience, man. That's like an awesome opportunity. You crushed it. I just listened to your segment. Proud of you. You represented. Go ahead, man.
No, thank you, man. I mean, listen, it's a wonderful opportunity. You know, when Peter Schrager reaches out to you, which is a huge Giants fan, and of course he has to be, a little more reserved on the show, but he's a huge Giants fan. So when somebody reaches out to you to say, hey, man, listen, you guys at New York Revival has a good pulse of the Giants community, and I just want to make sure I sit down with Vibes himself. I just want to sit down with you. And I was like, hey, listen, man, I'm here. Whenever you're ready, I'm here. So when he called, man, I just sat down with him. What a great time, man. What a great opportunity to actually meet him. Great personality, great energy, great aura. Shout out to Aaron as well as producer. They made me feel right at home there. So I had a blast, man. Hope we can get him on Revival and do something in the future with him again. But, man, enough about me, guys. I'm humble pie. I eat it all the time. Let's go around the room here. Man, how was y'all weekend? What was going on? And I'm going to start with Mr. El Jefe here. How was your weekend, my brother? And I appreciate
weekend was great, man. Up late Sunday. I remember hearing Spiro's voice in a Twitter space on Monday, and I'm like, oh, he sounds like I do. Like he had this he was up late drinking. I was at my buddy's house, and I came home and sat in the driveway, and because I didn't want to go inside yet because I was yelling, and I knew I was going to yell as soon as you gave me the mic, Eli, because you were running a great space. So I went in my garage and grabbed a beer and came back. So I just I spent an hour in my car, like in the driveway.
Yeah, just chilling.
Just because we wait how many years for these moments, for these big wins. Like we live for them. So I didn't want to miss anything. So I was up till like 2 a.m. cutting up videos, like getting content ready for Monday. And then Monday came and I was just like, I don't know what work is. So I'm just going to go ahead and revival clip after revival clip. Beyond pumped. That was the best cap off to a weekend, dude. Fucking great.
Beautiful.
That's awesome, Speed.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Sunday was just so lit, man. You started with the World Cup game, which was, if you didn't watch the World Cup game, you missed quite possibly the greatest soccer game of all time. It was just epic. Lionel Messi, who is arguably the greatest soccer player of all time, got his World Cup. He's gonna go out on top like a John Elway, like just like a stray hand. He went out on top, scored his goal. Mbappe, who is the other GOAT right now, he scored 3 goals. Dude, it was absolutely chaotic, ends and penalty kicks. So I had to I was glad that the Giants were playing a Sunday night because I had to reset the emotions, chill out, and then I had all day to hang out with the family. And then Sunday night hit, and nerves were going the whole game long. We pulled it out though. We ended the weekend on the highest of highs, and we're rolling into the new week with 90% chance of making the playoffs now. We did it, boys. We did it. Come on, bro. Listen. So, E, how about you? How was your weekend?
Listen, guys, when the Giants win, it's always a great weekend, man. Listen, let me tell you what I had to do because, working for the city is pretty tough, right? So that means I was scheduled to work to 1 a.m. I had to pull a lot of strings to make sure I had my schedule switched to watch this game. And thank God I was able to watch it. So that win topped off everything
bro.
for my weekend, man. And we're going to get into this, guys. But first things first, let's go with the big news that came out today. The Giants have cut Tae Crowder, which is Mr. Irrelevant, I believe, in the 2020 draft. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. You know what I mean? So, guys, how do we feel about this? And did we see this writing on the wall? And I'm going to start with El Jefe.
Yeah, man. My favorite part is that a couple of weeks he said "free me" or something like that on Twitter. Well, consider yourself freed, pal. Okay, you're now, as we call, unemployed. So I mean, you were the last guy taken in the entire draft. You got. It's not like he was putting up gaudy stats or anything. Like, I trust this coaching staff. I don't think anyone's losing sleep over this release. It was a guy that we were trying to squeeze a little more talent and life out of. He was never going to be that dude. But he should have kept his head down and done everything to impress these coaches who are going to be here for the next several years. So, sayonara. Good luck to you, and thanks for your service. That's all I say.
Speak.
No, I mean, you said big news, but realistically, Tae Crowder was as replaceable as it got, man. Like, and that it's sad that he was a starter for a while. I all respect to Tae Crowder for beating the odds as Mr. Relevant and getting snaps. He did a great job. He should have been a depth player. He was being overexposed as a starter, and the Giants realized, hey, we're overexposing him. Let's bring him back. He wanted to be free. You're free now. Free. Go see
free.
See who's going to pick you up. I don't know, but
I will say,
I gotta love the staff. Go ahead.
He got that tackle on Derrick Henry.
That was
right?
it.
He got a poster. He got a poster.
Career highlight.
Highlight. I mean, nobody puts Derrick Henry on his ass.
Yeah. But listen, this staff they don't give a shit about this kind of stuff. So Tony wasn't all in. They shipped him out to Kansas City. Tae Crowder said he wanted to be free. They made him free. Rodarius Williams started tweeting and shit. You got 0 snaps next week. You know, they don't give a shit. You want to start bitching up? You're out. You're fucking out, or you're sitting on the bench. So I love that about this staff,
Wait until like 3 years from now when this whole roster is theirs.
It's theirs. Yeah, right.
They're all guys they want.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They don't have to clean up the mess anymore. Like, I can't wait.
It's true.
I can't wait.
E, what do you think, man?
I agree, man. I mean, listen, unfortunately, with Tae Crowder being a starter, this shows you the lack of depth that we had on this team.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it just kind of put it into reality, like, man, we have a long ways to go. You know what I mean? As far as having a confident or a productive roster at this point. But, you know, listen, he flashed some sort of plays, right? When he was on the team, he did what he had to do. And again, I think they bled blood out of this rock already. You know what I mean? So it was just time. And I think he wasn't, comfortable here as well with that tweet. And it was just time to depart, man. You know, when not things work out for certain camps. Yes, he'd have been a great depth guy. But let's be honest, I don't think he'd have been a starter in this league. Just a starter for the Giants. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
You know, so again, I wish him the best, but not shocking news because, he was in the doghouse, I guess, in the last few weeks, and he just couldn't be productive. And with the emergence of Landon Collins playing linebacker, my goodness.
That's the biggest thing right there.
That right there, that's all you need, man, to kind of show up that spot that he was going to play anyway. So, I mean, I wish him the best, man. I mean, once a Giant, always a Giant, I guess. So, no hard feelings on this side, man, but, go ball out somewhere else, and hopefully you succeed. You know what I mean?
Listen, if you're not all in on this team that's headed to the playoffs, then get the hell out. Like, don't make it about you, a 7th round pick that wants to be free in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Do your part, play your special teams or whatever the hell else. You're part of a playoff team for the first time in your career, and fucking go be free next offseason. But you chose to bitch. Fucking go then.
You know, it's one thing when like a diva wide receiver says,
there you go.
Like Brandon Cooks, like, set me free. This organization is a dumpster fire with the Houston Texans, and then he was so mad when he didn't get traded at the deadline that he was like, "Man, I'm not playing." Like, this is not that situation. Like, you're Tae Crowder. Like, put your head down and fucking work. You're on a team. You almost didn't get drafted. Jeez, he made his bed.
I'll tell you this too, guys. You got one guy that's getting paid $72 million that could possibly not complain really, but he is dog shit, right? And he's saying absolutely nothing
He's
for just getting
dog
his
shit,
money.
yeah.
It's smart. Get your
Kenny
money.
Galladay
Tae
is a smart
Crowder
dude.
could have did
Yeah,
the
he's
same.
like, I'm still here.
I'm still here getting my money. You know what I mean? I only get 5 snaps a game. You know what I mean? So why Tae Crowder could at least do that? Like, he should have just shut the hell up. But
So
hey,
true.
I don't know
So
better.
true.
These new age kids that complain about everything. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. You got your
But
wish.
guys,
Like Dash just said in the chat, like, you got what he asked for. All right.
that's
Sure
it.
Peace out,
That's
bro.
it. But guys,
Big
let's
Dash,
talk
shout
about
out Big Dash. That's our
What
shout
up,
out.
buddy?
Listen, shout out the people in the chat real quick, man. Who we got checking in? Everybody check
Judd,
in.
Sergeant. We got a
Let's
lot.
go.
Gene was on time again.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to move on revival time.
Rob,
Man.
R0, but we got Mark
Oh,
B.
0.
Yo,
Smash
everybody's
that
Smash
like,
it.
guys. Smash that like,
Julio.
please.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
Smash
Thank you.
it.
But guys, we had a big week, man. You know what I mean? We played the Washington Commanders, guys. We came out on top. However, guys, I think a star might have, been born that game. Kayvon
Right.
Thibodeaux had a career game, guys. And you know what? Let's do a couple things here. Because, guys, I like this here. I want to hear Kayvon's voice here, how he exudes that confidence here. Let's line this up, man, for the people.
Yeah, this is him talking about when he tackled Heineke out at the 1 yard line, which, you think they're just going to pound it in. They fucking didn't. This play was massive. He was actually in coverage, shed the tight end to come make this. And he was doing well. This guy, I have so much to say.
He did it all.
Watch the confidence of this rookie, the charisma of this rookie.
It's actually funny. I thought about this. I went and told Dave, I said, put me in on 4th and 1. Me against anybody, I'm coming out victorious. So, once again, that's me not being a liar.
I love that. And you know what? And that's the perfect attitude for New York, right? Everybody, you know what? A lot of people, when he was coming out in the draft, they were worried about how he spoke, right? But this is a perfect scenario to be in New York City where you can talk gritty. You can talk like that. You know what I mean? You can talk your talk and exude that confidence. And the people in New York will eat that alive. They'll eat it up. You know what I mean?
But he was composed. He was composed, though.
Yeah,
keep going.
Like, it wasn't cocky at all. It was just somebody with confidence. You know what I mean? Right. And that's what this team needs, man. I'm just excited for Kayvon Thibodeaux. Guys, let's go around the room, man, because like I said, Kayvon had a game. But guys, was a star born? Has Kayvon Thibodeaux has arrived? And can he do this on a consistent basis? And I'm going to start with Mr. Glass Half Full. And in the chat, please leave your thoughts as well.
Hey, man, it took a time to get over that MCL injury. Never mind a rookie missing just in such important time in training camp in the early season. He missed all those reps, and now you're seeing 100% healthy and 100% confident KT, man. He is coming into his own. He's been coming close, so close for a long time. He's been getting held. He's been just missing sacks, and we talked about this earlier. When they come, they're going to come in bunches, and this is coming in bunches now. And what I've been saying for a long time, and I'm going to reiterate again, Aziz coming back on the other side has unlocked him, and you can't double both sides. There's 2 problems now on each side. Dex in the middle. Leo's like the afterthought now. It's crazy to think about. But it's unlocked KT. He's got all going right now. He's all in his bag. He's got the bull rush coming now. The speed rush, it's just beautiful to watch. A star has been born, boys. A star has been born.
Facts, dude. Big facts. He's so polished. Just how he handles himself. He's funny. Like, he's just like weirdly funny. Like, he's just so smooth and confident that he's just like humorous while he does like, 12 sacks? Like we're gonna talk about that. It's like or 12 tackles. Sorry. 12 tackles. He's so polished. But I'm gonna make 2 unfair comparisons to former Giants about his last game. Number 1 is I've not seen a motor on a defensive Giants player like he demonstrated since JPP, where he's making plays across the field. He's running people down. He's getting good at run defense, which if you ask Strahan, his most proud accomplishment was always being a run defender. And the sacks came secondary. So, and I know he talks to Strahan, so I'm sure he's in his ear all the time.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a guy play with that much dog in him like he did the other day, running people down when he should not be in the play. So that's the first comparison.
Was falling on Heineke 20 yards down the field, bro.
He was running. He runs down wide receivers or running backs. Like,
and he lands on him hard too. He's like, I'm gonna just make it count too at the end.
The second unfair comparison is this was Thibodeaux's one-handed catch by Odell game, where the Giants the Giants were watching Odell. He missed the first 4 games. Then he was catching everything. He was running crisp routes, and then the country saw him make that catch, and his life was never the same. Yep. Thibodeaux is now the face of the Giants defense. He is now a star, and he has officially arrived. He's here.
Clip that.
Now, guys, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to start with El Jefe. And Mr. Glasgow, you guys can answer this really quick. Can he do it on a consistent basis? Can you guys think he can do it again?
We talked about it, Eli, and you said it specifically. People are like, oh, he's not getting the sacks. He's not doing it. You said it specifically. He's there. He's getting held. He's this close. It's coming. It is going to come. Like we talked about him 2 weeks ago after the last Washington game as like he's arriving. And then this was just a blow up. He was due to have it, but what a difference maker, man. And
but he also,
our front four, we have an identity now. That front four is fucking serious. You know what I mean? And you're getting healthy for a playoff push. And like they're saying in the chat right now, that like this is you're built a running team that's good on defense. That's a playoff cold weather football team.
And let me tell you this. And the reason this is what, even though a star was born, I think a star was born definitely during Washington. And the funny thing is, you had analysts saying that he had a very low motor. He gave up on plays, and that didn't show at all. At all. This guy was all over the field. And you got to give flowers when it's due. Kayvon Thibodeaux is a stud. He's a star in this league. And I think we predicted it here on Revival. When we was looking at film, and again, we all questioned, like, man, when's these sacks are going to come? But again, breaking down film, and I finally got something, had to break down the film. I broke down the film, and all I saw was, okay, this guy's being held. This guy's being held back, and he's almost there. But another thing we predicted when he got that sack on Heineke on the first game, we were like, okay, this is going to open up the floodgates. And it did, man. This guy is a star in this league. Now, the question is, can he do it on a consistent basis? Now he has film of the certain moves he has, right? Now the double team is going to come, right? A star will be born after that, I think. Not to say be born after that, but now you get to see how great he could be when the double teams come.
He's not under the radar anymore.
Exactly. When the teams start to actually plot, you know what I mean, of him being there. So I want to see that next level. I want to see him fight through that adversity when teams are now starting to game plan against him. That's what I want to see next. And we're going to see that in Minnesota very quickly because they're going to be like, hey, where's Kayvon at? When can we stop him, man?
You got to back that game up now.
You got to back that up now.
If Ojulari is that dude on the other side, there's nobody else to double team.
That's what I want to see. Those other guys now step up. The fact that he's being blocked. And the one thing I don't want to see from fans is saying, oh, Kayvon can't do it again. He's a boss. What happened to him? Listen, guys, when you have film in this league, other teams can break that down and plot and then be like, hey, listen, no, we're going to game plan around Kayvon Thibodeaux.
We want them.
Those other guys, exactly. Those other guys just got to step up. Now, the question is, can Ojulari step up? Can Sexy Dexy get in there? Can Leonard Williams come back and get some sacks as well? You know what I mean? So I would like to see that next phase to say, okay, this might be a consistent basis. So we'll see, man. But I'm excited to see. I think a star is born.
Last thing on KT, the game has also slowed down for him. Like he went on that first sack against Heineke, he was going to blow up, like, and he didn't care about the fumble. This second game, he was going for that ball. He's like, I want that ball. I'm gonna make a game-changing play, and he did it, man. He did it.
And you know what? The thing that really caught my attention, and we haven't had this since Antonio Pierce, in my opinion. The film. He said he's a student of the game, and he watches film religiously. I haven't heard not one player saying like, had they watched film that well or that detail since Antonio Pierce. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? So the fact that he watched the film and was able to apply it. Because listen, all in plays, like you could tell he was moving and had to play like the game plan in his head, like, oh shoot, Heineke's gonna run. Let me break off this tight end here and let me stop. Like he knew that play was coming. The fact that he studied film and applied it, that's gonna be a great player for years to come, man. Film is very important in sports, people, especially in football.
One last thing about KT, because we're giving him all the flowers right now. He broke down the team before the game, and he gave up the pump speech. He is already a leader. Less than what 10 games into his rookie season, like he is becoming that guy, man. He's become that guy on every level. Watching tape, being a leader, producing on the field. God, I love this shit, bro. Love
Prime
this shit.
time loves
What's
him,
there
right?
to love right now, man?
Exactly.
We needed that.
And guys,
we needed
listen,
that win, man. It was a rough 6 weeks. We needed that.
We
the
needed it.
community.
Like we need air.
Don't worry, they were still yelling at each other in spaces today. Don't think there was still a lot of Daniel Jones trashing. Don't worry, that will always be there. But we need.
Hey guys, you know what?
The real.
Let's get right into this because it's always going to be a hot topic here, right? Daniel Jones, 160 yards. He had some running on the ground, I believe, as well. I didn't get the exact stats, but guys, he played a good game, right? So I want to go around the room and also chat. Please put your grades in there as well. We'll highlight it. But I want to get your grades, and I'm gonna start with El Jefe. What would you give Daniel Jones as far as a grade here for this week's game?
A very strong B+.
Yeah,
and he did.
I like that.
And it's a lot because every time we needed a 3rd and long, was the guy not throwing darts? Did you not convert a 4th and 9 on the best drive we've seen in years? 18 plays, 97 yards when the team needed it most because our defense was getting gassed. He puts together a 9.5-minute drive. He did exactly what he needed to do. The only reason it's not an A is because of the obvious stats. Like, he was not throwing the ball all over the yard, but I have no complaints about the way he played. Let me make that clear. He played very well, did his job. I mean, he did what the offense called for. They didn't take one deep shot. They didn't throw one ball over 15, 20 yards, whatever it was. But guess what? He made every fucking throw that he had to make. So I'm good with him in this particular game. B+. I'm good.
Speed.
Yeah, I'm going to give him a B. I'm going to give him a B. You still want him. The one thing that's missing from his game, and I don't know if it's ever, I'm hoping that with Bredesen back, the deep balls will start coming out because he could trust the interior of the line a little bit more. The pass blocking got instantly better when Bredesen got in. I want to see just at least 2-3 deep shots a game. We didn't take any, and I think it was partly that they coached him to say, hey, we're throwing the ball short. We're not letting this defensive line beat us, and they didn't. And Daniel Jones did what his mechanical brain told him to do. I got to do short passes, get rid of the ball quick, 2-step drop. And you heard the announcers, they're saying he's in his zone. That's where he's best right now. One read, get the ball out, and he's getting the ball out. You want to see him take that one-on-one shot to Hodgins down the field once in a while. You hope that comes this week when a little bit more trust in the offensive line now. You hope Kafka has a trust. You hope Jones has a trust. But he did exactly what he needed to do on the most important drive of the game, that 97-yard drive. He got first downs, and he kept that defense off the field because the defense was getting gassed there too. Remember, we were like
of years past.
Yeah. Yes, we were like, oh, they're going to come back on the field and score right at the end of halftime, change the whole game.
Yep.
Daniel Jones got the job done in the most important drive, and you love to see that. He's still got some little room to go for the deep ball. Let's get that. But he did his job.
Once they could trust the interior offensive line, where he can trust.
I truly believe that's what it is.
That's where you're going to see that stuff. Yep. Even with these wide receivers, you'll start.
And maybe Evan Neal too.
Eli, how'd you like him?
Oh, listen, man. I'm gonna say the same thing you said. It's a B+, man. I think he played a great game. Yeah, right. I think he played a good game, man. I think he listen, the stats aren't there as far as touchdowns, right? But the most important stat we look at is the turnovers. He didn't turn the ball over. You can tell this was a Kafka game plan or a Dayball game plan to where they're saying, all right, we know this defensive front line could cause havoc. So let's do this one read. Let's get the balls out quick and go from there. And he also challenged the wide receiver group. Hey, this is your time to shine. You need to step up. And they did. And Daniel Jones is exactly what he is in this season. I think it's all comfortable. We can say that, okay, he's a game manager. He's not the guy that's going to be rah-rah, put the game on his shoulders. He's just going to step up when it's time to extend these drives. Yes. And Speed, and me and Speed, we talk a lot. We had that combo behind the scenes, and he convinced me because I want that rah-rah type quarterback, and he's just not. And it's okay. It's okay. As long as he's winning some games and he's doing the things to actually help the Giants extend the drive, because the game plan was to keep the defense out there to get gassed, right? And it worked. And it worked. So, listen, the glaring stats and the reason why it's not an A+, again, you said the touchdowns wasn't there. Some of the deep balls wasn't there. It's not like he was slinging it as backyard football, but he managed the game well. So that is a B+. No turnovers. He ran when he needed to. That's it, man. He extended the drives. I thought he did a good job, man. B+. But guys, get in the chat.
Yeah, he's not a rah-rah guy, but Kayvon Thibodeaux after the game at the podium, the Sunday Night Football podium, right? Like, you're on the field. they were asking him, he's like, Daniel Jones isn't going to say it, so I'll say it. He's our leader. He's our guy. Like Kayvon. And dude, I got a clip for you. Saquon loves Daniel Jones. I wish my wife loved me the way Saquon. I hope you're listening.
Find you someone that loves. Yeah, you're right.
I showed her that picture. I'm like, why don't you look at me like that? Like you gotta look like once you got a ring, you're like, he's all right.
I got what I needed.
Dude, look at these two kids, like looking like two kids in love on the playground. Look at the way Saquon looks at him and like acts around him.
They're just jumping around, all happy, just like
la-di-da.
Listen, you can tell that contract's coming, right? I think you could tell that Daniel Jones is going to be, especially there was a clip out too, and shout out to Bobby Skinner that put it out, that Coach Dayball was like, man, hey, good job, kid. That's how you play freaking quarterback, boy. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you play fucking quarterback, boy. That's what he said. You know what I mean? So, listen, that's how the fuck you play quarterback. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, they like him.
Dude,
I love Davis, man.
Great,
he's like,
listen.
That's how you fucking play.
That's how you play, boy. You know what I mean? And you know what? And Daniel Jones took it in stride. And I think he's starting to convince, the coaching and the leadership at the top and Joe Shane that, hey, I could be this guy for you, man. Just put me in and let's see what we can do and let's build around me and go from there. And to be honest, I'll be quite okay with that. I know I'm very critical on Daniel Jones, but the guy played a good game, man, and he just got to continue to find that consistency. We're not going to have big stats, guys. We're just not. He's not that type of quarterback. But if he can manage the game to help us win, I'm cool with that. He's coachable. I'll take coachable any day.
To expand on what you said, Dave wasn't saying those kind of things early on in the season. He was like, he was making Daniel Jones earn his love, I feel like. And he's right. I don't know if he's fully got it yet, but he's earning more and more and more each day. He's going to be he's a top 15 to top 10 in that range quarterback. The sooner everybody fucking accepts that and is okay with it, we know he's not your Herbert. We know he's not your Lamar Jackson. We know he's not a star. He's not going to be that. But he's our guy right now. He's leading this team right now, and just be okay with him leading us to wins because we haven't been here in a long time, man.
But we're not winning the way I want to.
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, okay, right? Dude, but guys, listen, I'll tell you this, man. Another person that actually had a little bit of a slowdown was Saquon Barkley. But in this game, this guy kind of beasted out. Now, the stats wasn't there, guys, but it's what we're used to seeing from Saquon Barkley. But let me tell you, this is pretty good numbers here. You had 18 attempts, 87 yards, 1 touchdown, 5 receptions for 33 yards. I don't know about you. That's pretty solid. Especially in that last, quarter of the game where he just beasted out spin move after spin move after spin move to get this first down to win this game, right? Is Saquon Barkley back? And I'm going to start with El Jefe, man. Is Saquon Barkley back? What we doing?
He's back. And I think we called the same play 3 times in a row, that shotgun draw. And because they didn't have enough guys in the box.
Couldn't stop it.
Let's go, do it again. And he did the same spin move twice in a row too. He didn't have those elite break the long one and just but when he made that dude just fall into another dimension, as Talking Giants put out there, that was Saquon. That's Saquon. Vintage. We know you don't do that if your knees ain't right. You know what I mean? He broke that guy's spirit. That guy's probably still curled up in a ball somewhere. That is devastating to get done to you by another man. Pause. But I think but what he did in the fourth quarter when you needed him the most, when you could put the game away, he showed up. And that's more meaningful than anything else the rest of the game. You did it when we needed it the most. That's what matters. So he's back. He's back. What do you want?
Speak.
Yeah, listen, he needed some blocking that every running back does, and he got the blocking, but he was making those special plays, like Jeff said, that one play. First of all, the spin moves, the one play on Bostic where he just broke his ankles. You saw elite early season Saquon back. It was beautiful to watch. They were getting him the ball, but he said earlier before the game this is the healthiest I've been in a while. He felt healthy. He had a good week of practice. You get, like I said, Bredesen back in there. Evan Neal's getting back in there. Better run blocking right tackle. Things are starting to get rolling again. And the testament is, the Commanders knew he was going to run the ball. They knew the Giants needed to run the ball, and we still ran the ball down their throats. Like that right there And that's a top defensive line in the league. That's one of the top defensive tackles in the league. And Saquon took it on himself, shined the brightest when he was needed the most, man. Saquon fucking came back and he did it. I loved it.
Do you think Bredesen is the biggest difference as to why Saquon was
everybody was
popular?
laughing at me when I was like, yo, I was checking the injuries.
You said that.
Is Bredesen coming back?
Did.
Is Bredesen coming back? That left guard spot was such a weak spot. And Bredesen's he's no Quentin Nelson here. I know that. But he's a slightly above average guard, and he's picked up his play over last year. Mm-hmm. He is going to be a game changer. He's allowing us to throw the ball deep. He's allowing us to run the ball. It's a huge comeback, bro. I'm telling you.
And poor Andrew Thomas, has he ever had the same left guard for 2 games in a row?
I know.
Crazy.
It's a damn good question. But guys, I do this. I always do this every week, guys. I don't know how I do it. You're not as consistent.
What is this?
I'm sorry. But guys, let me say this. Yeah, right. And shout out Ryan Dunleavy that actually does this, man. The Giants are now 8-5-1, right? And I just want to say this will clinch a New York Giants playoff berth. And the question is, can they do it, right? Well, let's hope. Right? But with a New York Giants win this Saturday, guys, with a Washington loss plus a Detroit loss, or a New York Giants win, a Washington loss, or a Seattle loss, or a New York Giants win, Detroit loss, or a Seattle loss, which is the same damn thing, I think, at the top. The Giants can clinch. Yeah, right? The Giants can clinch a playoff spot as of this weekend. They just got to handle business. Guys, can they do it? How do you guys feel? Are you confident after this W that the Giants can win a playoff spot after this weekend? And I'm going to start with Speed.
Yeah, well, listen, I think the offense is going to have one of their better games of the season. I feel like they're coming into this game with confidence off that last game. They were moving the ball against a very tough defense. The Vikings don't have a tough defense, so I'm confident in that side of the ball. What I'm worried about is Justin Jefferson versus Moreau,
anybody.
or anybody, whoever we throw at him. Justin Jefferson scares the living daylights out of me, and then Thielen scares the living daylights on whoever else is on him. It's the trickle effect. Adore doesn't look like he's coming back this week. It's rough, man. It's going to be I think it's going to be a fairly high scoring game. We need Wink to go in his bag again. But we have a chance. Let me say this. We have a chance. I think it's going to be the highest scoring game for the Giants this season. Mark that down somewhere. Whether it's enough, I don't think it will.
22 points. What would be?
Yeah. I don't know. It's ugly though. It's ugly. What do you think?
What do you got?
If we can make this a Giants football style of game, which by that I mean ugly, like where you're throwing short passes and you're running the ball and you're making the other team punt. And listen, the Vikings haven't seen Wink yet, and Wink is a problem. He's a big fucking problem. And you have this front four healthy and playing the best football they've played all year, and the Vikings give up a ton of sacks. So you have the Giants have a puncher's chance. Absolutely, he can be sacked. He can be had. If he has one of his, he has those stinker games here and there, and he pretty much had one last game. And I don't know what happened in the second half. He went ballistic. But Justin Jefferson is
poor Matt Ryan.
The Colts are the Colts. They turn back into the Colts.
Yeah.
But the Giants can. There is a path to victory, and it's going to be with that front four wreaking havoc. Can you get pressure with four? Because then you can get help with Justin Jefferson, and it slows everything down. So the Giants can win this game, absolutely. But I agree, we're going to have to put up points because they can put up points. Don't forget, Dalvin Cook is still a guy. He's still a fucking dude out there. Their number 2 is Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
So they have dudes. I mean, this team is talented. So they didn't get to, what are they, 11-3? Something like that?
Yes, I think you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
absolutely.
And we can't stop the run, too. You're right about Cook, man. That's the scary part. They better stop Cook first.
I know you said Leonard Williams, he is big on the run defense. He's not racking up sacks, but having him there on the run defense, and he's back. So that's huge. And if we could slow down that, I mean, yeah, dude, we make this our kind of game, yes. And I think this could be a game where Slayton makes some things happen because we got Bredesen back. This could be the game where we take a couple deep shots. It's indoors, no weather, right? So
yes,
go for it.
I totally agree, man. But gentlemen, I just want to say this, man, about Kayvon Thibodeaux. We're going to hand a gigantic sack award to Kayvon Thibodeaux this week, man. But you want to know something crazy? I think Josina Anderson also had a gigantic sack of the week too. Let's go to the video. I don't know what I
sure
saw.
Did.
12 tackles. Would you say?
Damn, 12 tackles?
12. Yes, you had the fumble recovery for the first score on the night. Can you just talk about really quickly? Was this your best game?
I mean, it's just been a blessing. I've been working hard. And I've been watching film, so I just put it all together, and now, we're just going to keep going.
It's that second one, right?
Yes, the second one got me, bro.
It's that second one.
That was comical. So shout out to Josina Anderson. If you're watching, thank you so much for retweeting. And please look at your DMs. We're trying to get you on this show here. Look at your DMs. I got you now.
We got Peter Schrager news. Eli doing the Peter Schrager podcast. Josina Anderson getting in on the revival. She like
no big deal, guys.
No big deal. Humble pie here. Humble pie. But guys, what a great week for Revival, man. This is awesome, man. And you want to know something important? Hefe's video is dropping tomorrow. Am I mistaken? It's probably dropping. I'll get the exclusive tonight if you got YouTube guys. I'm just saying.
You are mistaken because I'm recording it tomorrow and hopefully posting Thursday, the standard Thursday morning. But
is it Thursday? It's Wednesday night. I get it, right?
Yeah, but it depends on the week.
Thank you.
There are times when I'm able to put it on YouTube.
Sometimes we get exclusives. Sometimes we're just like the normal people do.
Yeah.
On time.
I think Carlos is going to be back for this one. I tried to get Dave back for this one, but that's the hard part. Is that I
goatee Dave's a beard.
I'm like, dude, are you willing to? I need a goatee. Like, don't fucking come here if you're not shaving it for a goatee. And he was like, fuck. He was like, if I come, it'll be a goatee. I'm like, that boy.
One last thing about the Vikings, though, before we move on. They got the Packers the following game. That's always a game for them. I don't know if the Giants are on their radar as much as the Packers game next week. So you hope that they're coming off this high. They used all their ammo to get back in that Colts game. They're looking ahead a little bit. You hope that you just catch them sleeping. They're due for a loss. They are not 11-3 good. They're fraud-ish. We said this before. We said that we put up a fraud alert, maybe a little too early on Saturday, but then they're still fraudish. They're fraudish. So let's get them.
I agree. No, I totally agree. I think that was the game that we said also. I think last week or week before that was the shocker game. I think that's the game that we were going to win, and I think we all agreed on that. So I agree with what you guys are saying. But guys, this is one of the best parts of the show, right? We got this every week that we're going to do, man. What is he thinking? This is his nice segment here. Look at Hefe's like, I'm ready to rock, man. We got this nice video, and we're going to break down what is he thinking. And Hefe, please set this up, man.
I'll do my best. This is a Browns fan who made a bunch of bad decisions at the tailgate. So here we go. Let's have a look. He's thinking, why am I drinking a black white cherry? What is he drinking? A black cherry white claw.
Zone.
That dude is swaying back and forth, man. What is he thinking? He's thinking, Jesus, this is going to be a long game, so I had to get drunk.
I should have been a Bengals fan. I should have not drank the entire bottle of whiskey, and I should not be drinking a White Claw. At the end of that video, he like catches himself, and then he takes his White Claw. Doesn't take a sip. He fucking guzzles the White Claw. Like he's still going. Like he's still going. He's falling asleep, standing up, and he's just he wakes himself up every time. Every time he falls over, he wakes himself up. Like
then he's shocked. Like,
I'm just gonna say,
you want to know something crazy? Then he's shocked at the fucking beers in his hand. He's like,
hey.
Oh, it is. That's exactly what that was.
Being filmed like this, and he had no idea. Like he was just checked out completely.
Yeah. There's this Family Guy clip where there's one brain cell left in Peter's brain, and he's like, "Where is everybody?" Yeah, that's what's going on in this guy's mind. There's nothing in there. It's just blank stare. I've seen that blank stare before. A couple of my buddies, I've seen it before.
Yeah, not you.
It's not pretty. No, I keep going.
After your 21 beers, how was it? There you go.
Going, bro. I was a little,
He was fine. He was not that dude. Like, I don't know, maybe 41 beers. Like, Spiro was good after 21 beers. Like, he was like, I had a good time today. But he was not like.
Yeah, that guy, there was nothing behind the wheel there, bro.
Wow. Dude, listen, at the last video when I saw if the Giants win, when you did that, the last one, he was like, "What down? What would it go?" And he was holding a little guy. I was like, SP's done. Thank God he's home. I was like,
I was home. I was in my safe space.
But guys, I'll tell you, we talk all the time. Everybody should know this, right? But actually hearing his voice the next day, I was like, "Spee, are you all right?" He was like, I'm good.
Like, he's got a deep voice normally.
I'm good.
There's actually a deeper level to his voice.
The guy Barry White-ish.
That was definitely Barry White, man. Hilarious, by the way. Hilarious. But guys,
speaking of if the Giants win, let's talk about it.
Yeah, set it up, Speed.
We gotta pay up.
So we told y'all that we actually worked off the tie of last time, and we rolled it all the way into this week. We said if the Giants win, we would release some child pictures of happy
and awkward positions.
Happy and awkward positions. Eli said it in a different way last time.
We're gonna shut this show down before it even takes off. Can you please
child pictures of ourselves with clothes on, being children.
Guys,
being children.
We're gonna get pegged as a whole different kind of show if you keep talking like this. Last week was so bad.
It's so hard to say. It's so hard to say without sounding like a pedophile.
Oh my God!
It's so hard to say.
With clothes on.
It's so hard to say.
All you have to say is,
I challenge you guys to say what we're trying to do here. Jeff, maybe you can say it better.
It's got to be something like, we're going to show pictures of Revival members when they were children.
That's it. There you go. That's
not just kid pictures. And I'm alone.
All right, me and E are out. We can't talk about this guy.
I had to mute the mic. TK, thank you, brother.
TK said breath, Eli, breath.
Anywho, we are going to show you
Shout
guys pictures of our younger selves in some funny pictures. All right, funny pictures, nice pictures.
Like back in the 90s where, you're doing all these cool poses.
Maybe in 80s.
That's what we're going to do. All right? Right, 80s.
Maybe 80s.
Well, listen, I didn't know what a pose was until I got to the 90s. That's when I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 80s? Nah, man. I was still playing with G.I. Joes. I was like running around the house. I'll get you a diaper picture. Who freaking knows at this point?
We're good on the diaper. I mean, you could be a little older than diaper. What are we going to do with the diaper picture? Nothing.
Listen,
exactly.
We're gonna air it out. We're also gonna get you guys another if the Giants win challenge for the following week. We are formulating plans here, so give us some time. We will drop.
We'll have it this Friday on this Friday's show. Mr. Glass Half Full and El Jefe, of course, man. We'll be on this Friday. Freaky Friday. And guys, come on in, man. Join the revival, man. We're doing 2 shows a week now. This is crazy. This is insane. All for you guys.
3 p.m.-ish Friday. Right?
Yeah, be there.
We'll post, but probably 3 p.m. Friday. We'll be back on.
B Square. Guys, listen, this is another wonderful part of the show, man, of what got you pissed. All right. And I'm going to start with Mr. Glass Half Full this week, man. And you know how we do this here, El Jefe. Let's count it down. 3, 2, 1. What got you pissed, man?
Listen, man. What got me pissed is NFL reporters acting like they're the paparazzi out there, thinking they are God's gift to the humans. We need to get the truth. And you have Jenna Lane from ESPN going into the Bengals, the Tampa Bay locker room and getting after Giovanni Bernard about a bad play that he made in the game. One of the few plays that he got in the game, he messed it up. And she goes after him and tweets that, hey, we as reporters need to find the truth. And she goes after this dude and who's just trying to go home to his family. He knows he made a mistake. He's been in the locker room for about an hour cleaning up his stuff. They could have went to him at any time. At the end of it, when he's trying to get out, they track him down and just basically drag him back in. And he says, oh, now you guys want to talk to me. And then they're demeaning him the whole way. They're like, you've been injured all season. We haven't been able to get from you. You haven't done much. So why would we interview you? And then they want to drag an answer out of him. These guys are humans, people. These guys have families, they have lives, and they have fucking feelings too. So if you want to be, and she thought she was going to be like, everybody was going to go, yeah, you know what? You did such a good job getting that answer. You know what? Everybody just ratioed the shit out of her on Twitter, man. It was so rough. A guy next to him that also asked a weird question, he got buried. She took down everybody, dude. It was brutal to watch. And have some decency. I don't care if you're a reporter. You're not out in Ukraine getting, life-changing news here. So calm the hell down, Jenna Lane. Get it back in your lane and chill out. And maybe show these guys some respect. That's what got me pissed this week.
Listen, man, if you're a reporter, man, go report why poverty is freaking high in America. Go report why freaking jobs are terrible, or like where there's no middle class anymore. Give me something that's like, tell me the Illuminati's real or something. Like, go investigate something like that, all right? But as far as like athletes, man, I totally agree with you, Speed. Come on, they're human, man. A game is made to be fun. That's it. Have some fun, ask the right questions, and go home. We don't need to really demean a player, man.
Yeah, she could have said, he said no comment, and he walked to go see his family, and it would not be none the better. But she had to go out and try and be a hero on Twitter, and look what happened to yourself, Jenna Lane. Dude,
you deserve that
L. She caught L's, bro.
All right, man. You already know what this is, but El Jefe, man.
I'm actually...
What got you
pissed, man?
I'm actually pretty happy this week. And if I was going to say anything, I probably would just say what Eli is about to say. So I'm just going to support you, Eli. You go.
Oh, well, thank you.
Bring it home. Bring it home.
I'm gonna bring it home. All right, man. Listen, man. You know what got me pissed this week, man?
What got you?
You know what got me? You know what got me pissed? The Washington fans crying a motherfucking river on Twitter, okay? Boom. And shout out to Kevin Durant, man. I saw your tweet, man, of the happy holidays, like it was a PI call. Listen, man. Yeah, I admit it. I'm a Giants fan. My fandom kicks in. It wasn't a call, but I admit it. It was a call. But guess what? A lot of freaking calls was missed on our end, too. And we didn't cry a goddamn river, all right? We didn't make postcards neither, all right? But the amount of Washington fans on my timeline, you know what, guys? Get a better quarterback. Play better, all right? It just wasn't your day, all right?
Feels so good to say that to another team.
Right? Like, come on. Go get a better quarterback. It just wasn't your day. Move on. But the amount of crying y'all did on Twitter, should be ashamed of yourself. Right? You should be ashamed of yourself. Pathetic. Pathetic. You guys, listen, a poverty franchise for years anyway. All right? Pathetic. And KD, and I'm going to say this right now, and I said it on Shregs too. KD, it's not in your contract, but it's a hidden rule in there. You know what that rule says? That you have to root for a New York team when you're playing in New York regardless. All right? What the hell are you thinking? Retweeting? Well, I understand you're a Washington fan. I get it. But when you in New York, everything is New York. Do you understand me, man? Come on, man. Why New Yorkers got to put you on to this, KD? And shout out to KD, man. You know.
Yeah, but shout out KD if you want. Anytime, bro.
But that's what got me pissed this week.
Yeah, we got a good one in the chat.
You're right.
TK coming through. You know when Kayvon Thibodeaux did this to the camera, which was before he even blew up. Like that was pretty early in the game. He didn't kick his feet back and forth, and like
I know.
Heels, you know what I mean? Like he could have taken it a step further. I agree with TK there.
So,
but yeah,
I agree with that too.
Washington fans, are you going to act like we didn't lose to you last year because of a bogus Dexter Lawrence offsides call?
Yes.
You missed a field goal.
Call a spade.
And they let you kick another one. That was our fucking win.
Dude,
so we don't want to hear any of that shit. And Kayvon Thibodeaux got raped in the eye before that pass was even delivered at that game.
That's true.
Which is illegal. No flag thrown. So it's a fucking moot point. Like, get over it, dude. They missed 2 calls on the same play. Get over it. Sorry.
You scored 12 points all game long. That's on you. That's on you. You know, we had Fabian Moreau and the rest of the clan of unnamed characters out there, and you guys put up 12 points. That's on you guys. You have to wait till us. And mind you, even if you got that PI, you still had to score 2 points, and that would only tie the game. We still got OT after that. So you're acting like you guys would have won the game after that.
They're acting a fool.
And let me say this too. That was a face mask with Daniel Jones. I don't care about no twist or turn of a face. That was a face mask too, right? No, they ain't even call that one. All right. So get the hell over it. All right. We'll see you guys next year. Go fight the freaking Lions for a spot. All right. Go fight that.
Play good enough to the refs won't matter. That's the rule. Play good enough where the refs don't matter.
Guys, I gotta ask you a question though. Like honestly.
Yeah.
Didn't it feel like a little dirty, but also very good that we were on like the right side of referee calls?
Yes, we are. It seems like we are always on the other side.
It felt amazing.
That's new.
It's always like that. You know, the Alonzo Mourning gif. You're like, all right, I know we got the call, but we won.
I'm gonna go with the Big Ben gif where he goes.
Yeah,
you know that one. Like, wow, we're actually gonna get these calls. You know what I mean? Because we're usually a team that's not that good, but we're like this close. But we were actually playing better and got the call. So it's like that's how you win games.
That was awesome.
You play better and the refs are on your side.
Yo, Darnay Holmes, he's worrying me. He's worrying me because he's consistently getting smoked and he's getting penalties all the time.
I took his badge off my.
Yeah, I've heard. I've seen Hefe get a little quieter about his Darnay Holmes love.
Much quieter.
What happened with all the tennis balls with this guy Judge? I guess it didn't carry over well, huh? I guess it didn't carry over to Dave's, huh? I don't know.
But on paper, Darnay Holmes broke up the pass that would have tied the game in the game.
You're right.
So Darnay Holmes technically ended the game.
Pass the fence.
Just saying.
I'm
back.
And guys, and by the way, shout out Landon Collins too. Had a great game, and we didn't go into that. But guys, we're running out a little bit of time. But shout out to Landon Collins, man, playing that linebacker, and it was just so good enough that they cut Tae Crowder. So shout out to
that's probably his roster spot. You're right.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to Richie James too, who
stepped up. Absolutely.
How many
the roller coaster.
He was just where he needed to be, and TK actually pointed this out to me. That Daniel Jones was coaching him up before one of those third and longs in the huddle, talking to him. He was like, telling him, come back. Whatever he was telling him goes to him the next play, completion, first down.
Shout out Hodgins too. Hodgins.
Look
at all these names.
Everyone stepped up.
Look at these guys who are listening. Tony Jefferson, Hodgins, Richie James. You know, these guys, God willing, are not going to be on the they're not going to be getting big playing time next year. But they're stepping up and they're giving it their all. I can make an argument here, and I know I'm going to get roasted, that Hodgins is our number one wide receiver right now. I truly believe that Daniel Jones has a lot of faith in this guy, man. He's going to him in important spots. He's throwing them he's one of those guys that can go up and get a ball.
I agree, Smee.
Go up and get a ball.
I agree.
I mean, Slayton's not getting the target. Slayton's not getting the targets, and he's the guy that's been playing with Daniel.
He's a deep guy. He's a deep guy that we haven't gotten that deep ball too.
I can see where you get that.
But, you know, again, that's my hot take. I think since November 1st, because he got here November 1st, he got here late. He's grown so much trust with DJ in this short amount of time, and it's only growing, man.
And, you know, the coach likes him. He picked him off the streets to be here, so.
Yep.
True. But, guys, let's get into it, man, and, of course, we'll wrap up the show, guys. But Minnesota's this Saturday, man. How are you feeling? What's going on? I need y'all moods here. I need you to tell me, man, how do we feel? Are you confident? And I'm going to start with El Jefe, man. Are we confident about this? What's going on?
Jefe, how you feel? How about this? How about we instead of just Minnesota, going forward? Because we going forward, because Vikings are a tough game. How do you feel over the next 3 games? Are we going to win our one game?
Can we do one game at a time? I'm nervous, man.
No. we are right here, bro. Man. We are right here. Let's live it up, E. Let's live it up, E.
Is this muted? Let me see. Okay, so we got Vikings, Colts, Eagles. Right?
Yeah. Let's go.
The Vikings have shown they're kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde team. Like they can be they lost 40-3. I mean, they can be had. It depends which team shows up. But I'm just so ecstatic off the win that we just had that we're in control now. It's not like we're desperate or, you know, like completely out of control, not wondering what kind of team we are. Like we kind of have an identity where no matter how good or bad that is, we know what kind of team we are now. So there is a path to victory. So go out there and fight and let's see what happens in the fourth quarter. So I'm not scared of this team. I think it's going to be a fun game, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm not like dreading it in any way. The Giants put themselves in a position to have the inside track to get that wild card. So let's go have fun. Let's take shots. Let's see what happens. Let's see what Daves and Wink cook up and let's go. Giants are on their way to the playoffs. So let's just keep doing what we're doing. I trust this staff. Daniel Jones is playing good. Let's go win. Fuck them.
All right, I'm in.
Speed.
Where I'm at.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, momentum's a hell of a thing in the NFL, bro. And we had it at the beginning, we lost it in the middle, and let's see if this Washington game can propel us to the end of the season, because you got a juicy Colts matchup waiting for you there. If you could, and the Giants know this is again another measuring stick game. If you could come up with and fight the Vikings, who, mind you, the Giants could see in the first round of the playoffs. If things, I did my little playoff simulator today, and it worked out that the Vikings play the Giants first round. I don't know how I got there. A lot of shit happened in between, but this is a preview possibly of the playoff game. So you gotta bring your all. I think the defense has kept us in every single game this whole way through the season, aside from the Eagles game. I think they'll do the same thing if Kayvon's really having his star breakout. If Saquon's still actually back, we have a chance to beat anybody, man. Defense and running game travels. I think we keep it close. I'm going to say we win 28-23. 28-23.
Wow.
Let's go. Go.
Like
they're due for a loss. The Vikings are due for a loss. They almost had it against the Colts. They're due for a fucking loss. That's it.
That's fucking wild.
I gotta follow that up because
we're gonna win 2 out of 3.
Real quick, Eli, think about what you want. We got Mark B saying 31-21 Giants. Oof. I saw R0 in here. He said this couple times. 23-19 Giants from Richard. R0 emphatic 27-20 Giants with I think that's 4 exclamation points. Very serious about that prediction.
Yeah, we gotta force turnovers. We gotta sack Cousins.
There you go. So guys, I say this, man, because I did pick that as my upset game when we looked at the schedule a couple weeks ago, right?
You did.
I know the Vikings can score a lot of points here, but Wink Martindale's a very intelligent guy on that defense, man. The teams that we thought that could score a lot of points on the Giants, they really don't. It's, Philly, I think, was the only one where it kind of got out of hand, where you can go, shit, that was a blowout. You know what I mean? But most games were pretty close, the ones that they lost, right? Exactly. So even them games were close, even when we lost some of those games, I believe. So I'm going to say this, man, and I'm going to stick to this score, and you guys are probably going to think I'm nuts, but I say 17-21, the Giants win this game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you think we're shutting that offense down?
I think we're shutting it down, man.
Pretty close to what Anthony's got here. I'm going to say something crazy. A crazy game. I think the Giants I think Saquon goes ballistic in this game. I think the Giants actually compete, put up points. Something like 28-27 Giants, like a fucking crazy game right down to the wire. That's what I like.
Go. And even honestly, it's one of those games where if we lose close at the end, are we going to in Minnesota, are we really going to be upset about it? Like, this is one of those icing on a cake games where if we win it, it really validates us. But if we lose a close game, we're like, okay, we're still there. We're still there with one of the best in the NFC. And then you go out and smoke the Colts next week to, punch your ticket.
Speaking of smoke, Gene is smoking that. Oh, wrong one. Damn, Gene is smoking that. Good. Look at this.
Holy shit.
Yo, JS, let's go with the confidence.
Gene, go place that bet on FanDuel. You can guess the exact score and get paid on it. Go ahead. 30. I bet
that's a mighty big bet right there.
You'll make $1,000 on $5 if you guess that score. Go do it.
Imagine that. Jeez, man. It's probably free. Imagine that happens, man. How about your G, man? Come give me some more give me the next week's lottery numbers. Give me next week's lottery numbers, man. I know you got something in there. But guys, this is New York Revival, man. This is the part. Oh, go ahead. Before
we get out of here,
absolutely.
Let's shout out. We are New York Revival, right? Let's shout out the other boys in town, because the Knicks and the Rangers have both won 7 games in a row.
Wow, yes.
They are both back, bro. They are both back. The Rangers are playing right now. I don't know. It was 2-1 last I saw, but they are hot. The Knicks are fucking hot. And I know everybody hates the Nets, but the Nets have won 6 in a row themselves too. Yeah. So we are hot, boys. We are hot. The Mets are going out and buying up every single free agent out there. The Yankees are making some moves. They got Rodon in for their starter.
Oh yeah, I'm liking that.
New York vibes are on a high level right now. High level. The Jets, we can't. We're not perfect. They gave it. Jets gave it a good run against the Lions. They almost beat them. Had they had a Mike White, they probably would have. But it's neither here nor there. But
guys, I don't know if y'all noticed. Since we launched New York Revival, New York sports has been lit, on fire. I'm telling you. I don't know if this was an omen to do this show or to name this show New York Revival. But man, you want to talk about timing? But man, we thank you guys because you guys supported us, man, and we hope you continue to do so. And once again, thank you for spending your Tuesday night with us, man. And this is New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. And this is Eli Rack signing out for my guy, Mr. Glass Half Full. That's Spee if you nasty now. And my brother El Jefe, aka White Jersey, aka Blue Jersey, aka Damn it, Daniel. We are out of here. Peace and blessings. Y'all be well.
Love y'all.
Love you.